Sasa tumkaribishe Mheshimiwa Rais kwa makofi moja.
Although it was widely expected that President Uhuru Kenyatta's Madaraka Day speech would touch on corruption, his latest order on public officers at the apex of public expenditure approvals caught the country by surprise.
All heads of procurement and accounts in government ministries, departments, agencies, and parastatals will undergo fresh vetting, including polygraph testing, to determine their integrity and suitability.
The polygraphs or lie detector tests will be a new addition for the anti-graft agencies, the new approach now turning the tables on all accounting officers who will now have to prove they are clean instead of the other way around.
Those who shall fail the vetting will stand suspended. I expect this exercise to be concluded before the start of the new financial year 2018-2019, and in the coming days you will hear of other tougher actions that will be taken by my government.
Uhuru now riding on the new momentum in the war against corruption, which has seen the week end on a dramatic note for National Youth Service graft suspects.
Some of those trusted to run and manage institutions, resources, and safeguard the public interests have turned to be predators. Through their selfishness, greed, and misuse of authority, Kenyans have been denied critical public services and development.
And as the government embarks on an audit of its procurement and finance officers that must be concluded by June 30th, senior state officials and suppliers linked to the NYS scam are cooling their heels at the Langata and Industrial Area Prison remands. They include Devolution and Youth Principal Secretary Lilian Mbogo Omolo and Director General of NYS Richard Dubai.
I am glad that the rest of senior officials have been made, and I can tell you that there are more on the way. I want officials, particularly senior ones, who are directly implicated in corruption, to have no place in my administration, and for them to go where they belong, which is in jail.
The appointment of career spy Nurdin Haji to head the Directorate of Public Prosecutions and celebrated Detective George Kinoti as Director of Criminal Investigations has given the fight against graft some fresh impetus.
Their work will bear fruit when the judiciary also responds by ensuring the frivolous and obstructive use of the court system to avoid responsibility will no longer be allowed.
Poverty, ignorance, and disease were the three key challenges that Kenya faced as an infant nation. But 55 years later, greed and plunder of public resources rank top in the list of national challenges.
We know of teachers who prey on their pupils, impregnating some of them, preachers who swindle their flock, lawyers who defraud clients, journalists who wanafanya nini, blackmail people. Unfortunately, sometimes these crooks have become heroes, and too often some of the worst rogues are welcomed back home like conquering heroes.
Unlike previous graft investigations, where suspects bypassed each other at the Integrity Center, the heat this time is coming mainly from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. President Uhuru Kenyatta's first term in office was characterized with a litany of corruption allegations that dented his administration. With his legacy at stake, focus now is on the caliber of prosecutions of alleged masterminds of grand corruption and the recovery of assets purported to have been procured from proceeds of grafts. Francis Gachuri, Citizen TV, Kinoru Stadium, Meru County.